Hello and welcome back to our fourth video on Adobe Photoshop Elements for photographers. On this video we're going to do the development of a RAW file. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to go into Bridge again, and we did 075 on JPEG. This time we're going to develop exactly the same image but the RAW file of it. Okay, so we're gonna go into here and bring it into Elements, and it's brought it into Camera RAW. Okay, now Camera RAW is the program that dedicates on developing image that are raw. Okay, for any type of camera. All right, so I use a Nikon. All right, I use Nikon D800, D300s, and all the way down to a D50. I'm happy with that type of camera. So whatever camera you use, Camera RAW is the program to develop your RAW files. Okay, so what do we have here? This is a different interface from the expert mode. Okay, you will notice that we have here a histogram, which we actually have a look at this on this development because it let us know how well we're doing. What we're trying to do is to go away from the right hand side of the histogram and bringing it into the left hand side of it. What is a good histogram? Well, it's the one you get when you have actually taken the time to set your camera. So if you spend 20 minutes on a camera setting it up to take that shot, then the better it will be on the computer because you will take less time. So a good gauge on developing an image in Photoshop, you should not spend any more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes is your maximum to spend on developing your image. If you're taking an hour, 2, 3 all day, then really you need to visit your camera and push to learn the settings. Concentrate on learning the photography triangle. Alright? So, but that is a completely different course as well. That is more like photography. We're here on developing our shots. So, what we're going to do, again, the same as we did with the JPEG file. Alright, we're going to look at the image, what areas we don't need to bother about, so you cut it off and get rid of. Alright, so first of all we did was to level up the horizon. Alright, so we have a tool this in here that it basically does that. Alright, so you basically click there, bring along the picture, and whatever was supposed to be straight on the image when you shot it, that is where the horizon will be based. So as you can see, Photoshop has now adjusted the image so that it will be, that horizon will be straight. So all we do is press enter. Alright, so no need to actually check the horizon and anything else and that. So we need to basically carry on. Alright, I know that the horizon is okay on this one, and that is why I press Ctrl Z to undo it. The other thing we have here is the cropping tool. So we need to crop the image, and as you can see, it gives us a cross, and instead of giving us a preset option as it did on the expert mode. So in here we go to select the area that we want to adjust, and I'm gonna go like this, and I would say I'm happy with that. Alright, and I press enter, and it basically brings it in to the way we want it. Alright, we have the view tool or the zoom tool. This allows, if we click there, it will zoom in. Alright, How do we zoom out? Well, you press Alt on your keyboard and you'll see that your magnifying glass says a minus, and that is how you zoom in and zoom out. The hand tool, it basically moves the object wherever you want. Set white balance in the image by clicking there, whether it's going to be blue or it's going to be sky or whatever. So I press that. I take us back to by pressing Control Z. The other thing we have here, we have this one with just the red eye. If you're doing portraitures or family snaps, and there's always a kid or whoever has got red eyes and all that. And here we have the Open Preference dialog, the Control K one, and it will bring it into section as well. This is the rotate the image in any direction you want if it comes not quite. It is a, let's say, came as a portraiture and then you want a landscape this way, you can use those two. Down here you can do magnification as well. You can go zoom in, zoom out. Alright. This is for viewing or comparing your image to see the before and the after. It does like this as well. Okay. And different different examples of how you can use that. Alright. So we just click there to back to the was, right? So, and here where all the magic happens, you have the basic adjustments. We have the detail where you will actually control the sharpening, the noise, the color, and all this in here. Okay, so it recommends that your image should be at 100% when you use these paths here. Okay, and on the filter here, it tells you the version of the current camera RAW that you're using. Okay, so we're going to start with basic, right? And it says Adobe Color, all right? We have color, black and white, it's a color, and it's a shot. So the white balance was at 5650 Kelvin, all right? And the tint was minus, so it was a little bit into the green. Now I like a little bit into the magenta, okay? And I want to warm up the image a little bit, maybe that way. And again, we have an auto in here. And auto sometimes on Camera RAW will give us a guideline of how the image could look. And we don't want it to look like that. Okay, so we're going to stay away from the auto and we're going to do the exposing ourselves of this image. So first thing, I leave the exposure alone, right? And I'm going to go into the highlights. I'm going to bring them about here, just below the G, okay? That warms up, brings orange colors without overdoing it, okay? But the highlights basically hide all your detail in the sky and everywhere else, okay? So I tend to basically kill the highlights to begin with and move on afterwards on the lights of the exposure. And now I would say about 15 grade contrast, maybe give a little bit of that. The shadows, want to reduce the shadows and bring it out a bit, okay? So that we can see the foreground as well as the background, right? The whites, you can increase the whites very little, that will be plenty, because what is the main feature in this photograph is actually the sunset. You know, nothing else in the image is the sunset, but the composition of it all is to have a nice balanced image. Blacks give you detail. Okay, so let's increase or decrease the black. Okay, we're gonna go to decrease black, so there is a little bit more detail in there. Okay, now clarity makes the image much more vibrant, should we say, although we have vibrancy here, or vivid, should we say. Okay, so we're gonna bring this out a little bit, about 12. Okay, then vibrancy, we want to give a little bit more vibrancy than that. Saturation, I'm gonna go to there. So I'm happy with the image, the way it looks. What do you think? Well, there is a lot more to develop in this section. We're gonna go into the detail. So we have 40% on the amount of the radius, so we want to make the image a little bit sharper. I'm gonna go there and increase the radius to 1.2. Okay, and then masking, I'm not gonna bother with that. Luminosity, yeah, about there. Detail, cannot do that. Like that. The contrast on the luminosity, I will give just about 6 there. Color, going to go about there, and everything else is great. Alright, so now we have the before and after. So it's a big difference, isn't it? So yeah, like that a lot. So now I'm going to go to open image. If you say done, basically closes the window. It doesn't let you see the image anymore. So we just go to open image on the expert mode. Have we finished this? No, we're nowhere near finished. Okay, so yes, it's taking me a lot longer than just 10 minutes that I dedicate this because I've been explaining to you the process of it. Okay, so consequently, as you advance yourself in using elements, there is a section here called actions, and you can then develop a certain preset that you like. So when you set yourself to develop an image like we did this one, I could have come here and created a new action called sunset or golden hour, and it will record every step that I did in order to get to this development of this image. Okay, I can then press stop, and the next time that I want to develop a similar image, I just press play, and within a matter of 3 seconds, done. Okay, but that's an advanced section of Adobe Photoshop elements that we will cover at a later date. Okay, so at the moment we're just beginning walking, we're not running yet. Okay, so we have that, and let's do the last bit of the step here. We're going to go into enhance. We're going to go into lightning. We're going to remove the haze from it. That's going to look like this. All right, a much better effect from our last one. We could reduce the haze a little bit more than that. See about there, the sensitivity of it. If I bring it down a bit like that and click OK, and that we have the image that we want. Okay. However, if I was going to submit this image to a competition, let's say, I would really do a little bit more work on bringing out the orange colors a little bit more, because in competitions that is what I'm more or less looking for, detail and vibrancy of the image. Okay, so for the purpose of this video and to show you what you can actually achieve and why it's best to work with a raw file and not a JPEG, is because of that you have plenty of detailed information about the image that you can bring out by developing your tools and also your actions. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go into file, and we're going to go into file information, and on here we see two things. We have the camera data, right, and this is all the information held on a raw file. Also, it gives you a lot more information as to whether or not the flash actually fired, the resolution pixels per square inch, the size of the image, the exposure, the speed, and ISO that you use at the time when you shot the image. Okay, and it depends also on the camera whether you have GPS or not. And my camera didn't have GPS at that time, so you don't have any information in there, but it could actually give you information and give you the exact position that you were in here by coordination to say what proof that photograph is yours. Okay, so in here we give it a title, and I'm going to call that November sun, because I shot it on November. Okay, and it was a sunny, landscape. So it was created by myself. Give the title if you wish, and that a description. You can write about the area that you were on here, and then rate it yourself. Again, just put your initials there. I can create some tags, okay, so that people can actually find your image. Copyright, yes, everything that I do is copyrighted, and you can write all this here and type ARBJR, and then copyright symbol. I have it over here. Go into favorites, click there, double click, and all rights preserved. Alright, put your website or where you have the information about your copyright. That will be https://column.rbjr.com, and you're happy to go. Okay, so whoever opens this image anywhere on the website or downloads it, it got the information, and it also lets you know I'm here, that's copyright. Alright, so I hope you have learned quite a bit. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, yes, that will do for now. So what we do is we're going to save this file as. Okay, why as? Because I don't want to overwrite the original file. Okay, so I'm going to call it something else. We're going to call it Photoshop elements, like this, and it's going to be on, yeah, we're going to be on a Photoshop, okay, version, and we're going to save it on the desktop files, element tutorials, should we call it on the photos that are logged, okay, and say OK. So that is saved as a Photoshop file which remembers absolutely everything that you did to that image, and if you want a later date to come back and retouch that a little bit further, you can open it in Photoshop without having lost any detail in the image. Once you submit this and save it as a JPEG, then it will compress all the information that you have done and basically make it into a very small file, right? So I'll see you in the next one, where we're going to develop a custom brush to put our signature here on the image. Okay, so I look forward to see you in the next one. Okay, bye for now.